Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Ed Loco, aka Juan Rodriguez. So what's up, guys? Sorry for the delay with the episode. There was just I was just going through. Well, not. I was just doing some stuff like I was in vacation for a while, and then I started school. So I've been doing that. So right now I've gotten just back to normal with stuff, getting back. Also with guys, I have good news with my stuff. I finally, I mean, if you guys saw on Instagram, the ones that follow me on Instagram, you guys saw that I finally got to run, and it went amazing. The run went amazing. I did it for the weight that I'm at, which I'm not gonna tell you guys. I did it pretty good. I was averaging the miles like 8 minutes, 8 minutes a mile. So that's pretty good for right now for the weight that I'm at. So there's that, and then getting in the workouts, the boxing, because at where I train, well, which is at my house, I broke like the boxing bag, not the bag, but like the hanger. So like I kind of had to go to like a gym to go hit the bag, which is like a whole mess, but it's whatever. It gets me. It just it just to go out, so it's something nice. Just go there, cause I do like for me like let me tell you guys what I do now. I'll do like my jump rope here, and then I'll do my shadow boxing everything here, and then I guess I'll like cool down from here to the gym, which is like a 5 minute drive, and then right there I'll just get ready, a little warm up, and then just hit the bag for a solid time, and then like finish with my ab workout there and stuff like that. But guys, it's going good. I don't know how it's looking like with competing. There is one thing. Let me tell you guys here. Me and my brother, we kind of like agreed to like have like an unofficial match. Like we're gonna try going to like a recreational center where they have like a boxing ring and stuff like that, and then like have like a unofficial match there. So we'll see. We'll talk about. I'll talk about it more with him, and then I'll let you guys know. Cause I want to show you guys, like the fight. Cause like it will be pretty cool, see like showing y'all how like my skills are and stuff like that. Cause like my brother pushes me hard. Like out of everyone that I've sparred, he's probably top three. Trying to Yeah, top three with guys I've sparred, and with all the people that I've sparred, and I've sparred a good amount of people from different gyms, and and stuff like that. So I've had a good amount of training. So he always pushes me, and I push him too, cause it's like I want to be better than you type of situation. But yeah, I'll let you guys in more and more details with that. It's also if like if we want to record it like live and then post it, and stuff like I'm gonna try seeing how all of that works. But yeah, also I'm going to school right now. I went to Western Tech. I'm going there right now for like a mini semester real quick. But yeah, that's pretty interesting too. I'm liking the class. I'm getting my stuff good and everything, so it's all going in good with that. But let's get to the fights. I'll talk about some boxing first, cause UFC kind of I'm not getting the results I want. I mean, of course I'm still watching, right? But let's talk about boxing. WBC announced that they're like, hey, we need the mandatory fight between Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. I've been saying it. I want to see that fight, and it's been said. I mean, they're gonna try finalizing a deal and stuff like that. The WBC also announced that they want Shakur Stevenson and what's his name? Pitbull Cruz, Eliza Cruz, that they want them to fight. Of course, I want Andy Ruiz and Cruz to win. But they're probably not gonna go as the favorites. I do think Andy Ruiz has a knockout power to knock out Deontay Wilder or finish the fight. Because Deontay Wilder is going to come in swinging. Well, not come in swinging, but, better technique and stuff like that. And, with the other fight, Shakur Stevenson, well, you saw how he beat, It was what was the fight that I saw? It was against Oscar Valdez. He smoked him. It was not. It was like he classed him up, everything, and he just kept him at a distance. He would go in when he wanted to, and then boom, out, in and out, in and out. And I think he's gonna try doing the same thing against Cruz, which is kind of bad because Cruz he's a more shorter guy. So we'll see how that fight goes. It's gonna be a good fight, but it doesn't look too good for Cruz. But I think he can get it done. I hope so. I hope so. I want. I support like the guys from my culture and stuff like that. So I'll always support that. Except Ryan Garcia. I don't like Ryan Garcia. But switch to the topic. Switch to other fights. Tyson Fury, he's gonna fight too, if I'm correct. I think next week or this week, I can't remember. But he's gonna win for sure and stuff like that. But yeah, oh my God, let me tell you guys about Bivol. He beat another Mexican. Like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? He beat what's his name? Zurdo. They call him Zurdo. He's like a guy that's under the promotions of De La Hoya, but he pieced him up. Like, I was mad because like in this fight, Bivol was the smaller guy. And like the other guy had like 20 more fights too, and as well as undefeated. But like I was kind of mad like that this guy didn't win. I was like, what the heck's going on, And but yeah, it looked like he made him question everything. And you know how those fights go whenever like the fighter's just there and he's like, fuck, what should I do? And you can't get one thing going, so you can't get that momentum going. And yeah, he just beat him fair and square. I know he rocked him a couple times, like twice, once for sure, and the second time he was catching him clean a lot. And yeah, guys, those fights, guys, let me tell you, my predictions for fights absolutely sucks. From UFC, to boxing, my predictions suck. I'm gonna stop predicting fights because I'm pulling like a old school Chael Sonnen when he would predict fights and he would give them a curse. But yeah, let's go through the UFC fights now. UFC 280, very very good fight card. When I saw the whole main card and the previous fight with that, which was Belal Muhammad and Sean Brady. Props to Belal Muhammad. I always shit on him, but props to him. The guy beat the dude fair and square. He finished him. So he was there with talking all that shit about Amanda Nunes couldn't finish a fight. So he had to finish this fight, huh? If else or else it would have not been good for him. But let's talk about the main card. Beneil Dariush. He won, which is good, but he didn't win like decisively. Like when I mean decisively, he didn't win like, hey, I want to be the next guy to fight for the title, But it was a good fight. It was a really good fight. The guys were going back and forth, so that was a really good fight. We'll talk about more Beneil later on when we talk about the other fight, the other lightweight fight. But Sean O'Malley, the upset, like what? Shocking that he won. Everyone was a lot of people were surprised. The people that were going for Sean, they were like, no, he won. I honestly thought Petr Yan won, but they gave it to Sean. That's crazy. It looks like Petr Yan in like fighting in Abu Dhabi is just not for him because they're all going against him there. But who knows? Like that's crazy. That's crazy that Petr lost. And he was even talking about like he wants to leave the UFC because like, hey, like primero que the decision, they didn't give him the Aljamain decision, and now the Sean O'Malley. So of course you're gonna be like, damn, like what's going on? Like why are these guys not giving me the fight? Like I clearly won and stuff like that. Like I think he won both fights, but yeah. Next, let's talk about Aljamain Sterling. He beat TJ Dillashaw. Wow, that one was a shocker. Well, not well. It's shock. I was shocked by how it went. Because it wasn't even close of a fight. Literally, TJ threw a kick and this guy caught it. And as TJ was going down, boom, he blew his shoulder. I was like, what the fuck? Look, I was like, and then he was like, oh no, I've been having that problem, but I didn't want to stop I didn't want to stop with the fight. So I was like, damn, bro, like, I mean, I don't know if you're like having like seriously bad injuries, I don't think you should continue with fighting. Well, cause like you don't wanna like tear apart your body, cause like you're in your 30s and as you get older it's not gonna get any better. So if you're already messing up your body young, you should just like stop. Cause like he heard of what was it when he fought Cody, he heard his think he blew his knee. Yeah, I think it was his knee. I'm not sure, so like his body's like boom, and because the fight wasn't even close. He was just surviving. Literally, the fight you see is Aljamain dominating. He was like surviving the fight. So props to Aljamain Sterling. He did really good, winning the fight. He knew the dude was hurt, and he was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna finish the fight." Like this, that's what you get for talking all that shit. So yeah, there's that, and then the only thing that I didn't like about Aljamain Sterling is that he's all like, oh yeah, I want to fight till July. That UFC champions only fight like once a year. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, bro, don't come up with this shit. Which kind of pisses me off. I'm not like, I've said it again and again. Fighters fight for money. If they say they fight for legacy, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's bullshit. Fighters fight for money, not legacy. It's always been like that. Ever since my coach told me that, I really thought about it, and you're absolutely correct. People that fight, people that compete in boxing, MMA, all of that, they fight for money. Because like you have contracts, if they're not agreeing with the fights, you can't negotiate the contract good and the fight's canceled, So fighters fight for money, and he's just showing it right there. And he's all like, yeah, I want to fight until like July. I only want to fight once a year now. I was like, what? What is this? Like what I hate, I was like, hey, okay. Like, chill. You have a chance to, like, if you think you're the best of the best, you have a chance to really take off and make like a big name for yourself, because there's contenders that want to fight you. There's Sean O'Malley, which would be a big fight for him, and he could get good money. Chito Vera, hey, give my boy Chito a chance. He's killing it. Henry Cejudo, he's back. The guy was a two division champ and an Olympic gold medalist. So it would be like, oh, who's ground game is gonna be better, there. But he has those 3 fights where he can, if he beats one, he can take on the other and then take on the third one and be like, boom. He can cement himself as literally one of the best bantamweights. But right now, because his fights, all his recent fights have all been controversial. From the both Yan fights, to even this fight. This fight, people are going to give him shit that was like, you fought a dude and the dude's shoulder was gone, so it was an easy fight. You're fighting a dude with one hand. So, like, you have a chance to shut up the haters, but, like, you're making people more mad now and being like, I only want to fight once a year. He's like, there's those fighters that fight more than once, but I'm not them. Like, he's really saying that he's not the best. Literally. Because, like, you see Volk, right now he's a pound for pound great. And I agree with that. Because the guy's fighting as much as he can. Which, like, that guy's showing that he's there for his legacy. Because, he's like, put the guy there. I want to cement my legacy. You've never seen Volk be like, I don't want to fight this guy. I don't want to fight that guy. He fights whoever that they put in front of him. He's not. Oh my god, guys! There's like other shit that I want to say, like Fiziev with Justin Gaethje. I was kind of disappointed in Justin Gaethje where he was like, I don't want to fight Fiziev, which I was like, what? I was like, what? That would be a really good fight. But he's like, I don't want to fight him because I think he's on steroids. I think it was like because of that. But I was like, I mean, he hasn't been popped. You know, like, you know what? You know how the Nate Diaz says or Nick Diaz says, everyone's on steroids. Everyone that fights is on steroids. You know, because you see how they're built. Some guys are bigger than others. You know, maybe it's like their genes. You know how their physiques come out with how they train. You know, but that's like just, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, you're gonna pick and choose, or are you gonna really say you're the great and pick? You know, like. Say you're the best, but pick and choose your fights. Or say you're the best and just go through whoever they give you and prove everyone wrong. You know, that's what I think. But, you know, Aljamain Sterling should fight sooner than later. You know, that's all I have to put. Because then they want to do. Sean O'Malley was all like, yeah, let's make an interim belt with me and Chilo. And then I was like, whoa, interim belts left and right, chillax. You know, in this past couple of years, you've seen so many interim belts. It's just like, come on, like, here and there is cool. But like every like other month, like, nah, come on. That's why there's belts for reasons. But, you know, we'll see what happens there. But let's move on to the main event. Islam Makhachev, he beat Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. I was disappointed in Charles. He did not look like the Charles that I had seen in all his previous fights. Because Islam smoked him. It was dominant from round one. It wasn't even close. Maybe round one was close. Nah. Nah, not really. But Islam, you know, he hurt him. He went right there, choked him out. Boom, tap. Charles tap. He's like, donezo. I was disappointed in Charles. I really wanted him to win because I didn't think Islam deserved the fight. But Islam proved us almost everyone wrong. Good thing I don't make bet, guys. Even though I did turn 21. Just watch me give you guys my picks for DraftKings. What's it called? Watch me give you guys my picks for my parlays, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, Islam won for, you know, fair and square. He hurt him. He went right there. So they're saying Islam against the GOAT Volk. That would be a really good fight because I think Volk has really good takedown defense, and his striking, I mean, it's one of the best I've seen. You know, he pieced up Max Holloway, who considered himself the best boxer in UFC, and he pieced him up on the feet. You know, so it's like, damn, like Volk's a tough guy. I feel he can beat Islam and become a 2-time world champion. But we'll see what happens there. I mean, Islam's already talking shit that they don't want to give me Volk because they don't think that's a good fight, blah, blah, blah. Which I'm like, man, just take the money and fight, you know? Just start showing that, you know, you're the champ. Start defending the belt, you know? Just do that, you know? Like, don't be talking shit and just don't do nothing, you know? But we'll see. I mean, he did just win, so we'll see what happens with those guys. But yeah, Islam won. So it kind of shakes up everything. You know, the lightweight division, like with all the rankings. But we'll see what happens there. We'll see who Charles is going to fight. Everything like that. I think I had seen something that Charles and Fiziev. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't think Charles is going to fight that soon. After losing, you know, especially losing the title fight, because you were like, oh, the champion has a name, and his name is Charles Oliveira, so he lost. So yeah, I mean, Charles has been getting hurt. He gets hurt. I mean, all his fights, well, his recent fights, starting from, who did he fight first? Starting from Michael Chandler. He got hurt there. Poirier, Gaethje, and this one. So, I mean, we'll see how his body keeps up with like his next fight. That was very interesting. But let me talk to you guys about Kattar and Allen. I mean, that one kind of sucked because Calvin Kattar got hurt. I mean, his leg, that was disgusting. He like tore, I think, can't remember what exactly it was, but it wasn't his knee. It like bent weirdly. Like I saw it on Twitter where like his leg was going back and it like you just see like a weird bump like on the side. That was disgusting. But yeah, Arnold Allen, he won. He won fair and square. I mean, they're talking about the featherweights now also making a stupid interim belt, which I think it's dumb. They should just be like, nah, you know what? Let's make this fight. Whoever wins this one should fight Volk. But those just make title eliminator fights. Like, hey, for sure, whoever wins from here is for sure fighting this one. Just you don't need to make no interim belt. You can just make title eliminating fights. It's like a mandatory fight, which like whoever wins from here mandatorily will fight the champion. That's what I think. But you know how UFC runs their things. Like they're like, I mean, of course they want to get as much money as they want. So yeah, that's why they usually don't do stuff like that. But we'll see. Arnold Allen, I think he deserves a title fight. Volk, if they don't give Volk to Islam, or if they don't give Islam to Volk, I think he should defend it against Arnold Allen. That would be a really good fight. That one would be a really good fight. And let's talk about UFC 281. Let me give you guys my predictions that absolutely suck. I'm just joking, guys. But let's see. Let me see the preliminaries because this fight's kind of stacked. So yeah, this fight's kind of stacked. Who's fighting? Damn. Let me see. All right, let's start from the preliminary card. That's the card before the main card. Let's see. Meatball Molly McCann. She's fighting. She usually fights at the London cards, but they said, hey, we want you fighting here, and she was like, fuck it, I'm down. It's her first time It's her first time since her big blow up that she's not fighting next alongside Paddy the Baddy. So we'll see how she does, but I think she's gonna get the win. She's fighting Erin Blanchfield, but yeah, I think Molly McCann will win. The next fight after that, it's Dominic Reyes against Ryan Spann. We're gonna see if Dom 2.0 is back or what's gonna happen. Because I'm pretty sure he hasn't fought since his loss to Yuri. So that one's going to be a good fight. We'll see. I'm going for Dominic Reyes. Gotta support those Mexican Americans. But yeah, I think Dominic Reyes will get the win. Renato Moicano. He's fighting Brad Riddell. I think Renato Moicano will win. I'll root for him. I think he'll win against Brad Riddell. But let's go to the main card. Dan Hooker is making his return to lightweight. We'll see how he does. I mean, he's fighting a young guy, up and coming guy, Claudio Puelles. Claudio Puelles. We'll see how that fight goes. I mean, I really don't know who would win, but if I would have to pick, I would pick Puelles. I don't think Dan Hooker, with all his fights and especially with the losses, it's gonna be a tough one for him, especially with his body. After having fights back to back where you get hurt, your body's not the same. Your body's not the same. Your body will who said this perfectly? Chuck Liddell. He was all like, after getting knocked out a couple times, after the second one, it's like your body's just used to it. Like your body will just feel one punch that it doesn't like, and it'll just shut off. It would be like, hey, like it's like it does it for your own safety. That's what he was saying. Like your body, so you don't take more damage like that, because like their body was like, hey, like you need to chill out. Like you like chill out with that, so the body will automatically like boom, your legs will fall out, or you'll just get knocked out. But yeah, I think Claudio will win. Frankie Edgar, he's having his retirement fight here against Chris Gutierrez. I think Frankie wanted originally he wanted Jose Aldo, but they just never, because Jose Aldo also retired. So, that's why that thing wasn't made. But Frankie Edgar, I think he can get the win. I hope so. I don't you don't want to see fighters go out like retiring on a loss. But yeah, I think he can get the win. That guy has done a lot with his fights against Gray Maynard, his run as a champion. So I think Frankie can get the win, end on a good note. But if not, I wish the best for him and stuff like that. But yeah, let's move on to the people's fight. The people's fight. How do you say it? I forgot. the people's main event. The people's main event. Dustin Poirier against Michael Chandler. Oh, this one's gonna be a good one, because Dustin Poirier, he started talking shit for no reason. He's like, I don't like that guy. He's acting all thugging, even though like he's like from Lafayette, Louisiana, which I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me here. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I think those guys have money there in Lafayette. I'm not sure, cause like he's acting over here all like thugging, which I'm like, you don't need to act like that. But everyone has their own personalities. But I think Michael Chandler's gonna get the win, even though they both both gone in. Actually, Dustin Poirier I haven't seen him hurt, because he wasn't hurt against Charles. Dustin Poirier, he has some guts, he has some guts. But I think Michael Chandler, he's gonna have the better strategy, because like how they're talking and here in the fights, you can like see the difference. Like Dustin Poirier is making it seem more like it's personal. Michael Chandler is just like, hey, it's business, and I want to win. Like I'm not. He's like, I put up a showcase now. He's like, I need my wins, like getting a good streak. So he's gonna be more strategic. So I don't think he's gonna try and wild out in his fight. So I think Michael Chandler's gonna get it done, mainly because I feel he's gonna catch Dustin Poirier like overswing, and then that's when he'll get him. I feel he's gonna wait for the right moment to like counter and get the finish. That's what I think Michael Chandler's gonna do. Other than that, yeah, we'll see how the fight goes. I'm excited for that one. I feel it is gonna be more exciting than the main card. Well, than all the other fights in the main card, but still, we'll see what it goes. We'll see if they're gonna be cautious or not and stuff like that. And we're gonna see. And in the co-main event, it's the women's strawweight fight. It's Carla Esparza against Weili Zhang Weili. That one's gonna be a really good fight. Probably mid. I think Weili will get the win. I want Carla Esparza to win, but Carla, I think her best way to win is like taking her down. Yeah, I think that's how Carla can win. But we'll see. We'll see, guys. Weili, she picked up Francis Ngannou, a 300-pound champion. Well, he fights at 265, but like when he doesn't fight, he's at 300 pounds. That was weird. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if she like starts off blitzing, it's gonna be an interesting fight. Because I really don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, everyone's booing Carla because of her previous fight against Rose, but we'll see what happens. And in the main event, Israel Adesanya against Alex Pereira. Should have been Sean Strickland. It should have been Sean. Nah, I'm joking, guys, but this one's gonna be a really good fight. I mean, Alex Pereira. I mean, that guy, ever since he came into the UFC, they've been like, hey, the guy that beat Israel Adesanya in kickboxing just signed with the UFC. Or, like, I think at first it was like they're negotiating with him. And it's like, he signed with the UFC. He won his first match. He won the second match. Oh, guys. He's fighting now Sean Strickland, who was a guy that was kind of guaranteed the next title shot. And he beat him. And it was all like, hey, through all those fights and through his signing, he was like the guy that beat Izzy. So like this fight was kind of they were kind of hinting to like they wanted to make this fight. Since the dude signed. Because, I mean, they knew. I guess they knew that Izzy was going to stay champion. So they've been kind of wanting this fight. And it worked out perfectly. I mean, Izzy won his fights. Pereira won his fights. Now it's like, hey, our time, my time. It's like Izzy's like, hey, Izzy seeing it as like, hey, this is my territory now. I'm gonna prove you wrong. You shouldn't have won the first fight because their first fight was what was their first fight? It was a split decision, I think. Their second fight, Izzy got knocked out, and now it's not kickboxing rules. Don't forget, this is an MMA fight. There's takedowns, jiu-jitsu, all of that. So it's not just fight. It's not just, I'm one of those fighters. I like to see action on the feet, more like strikes, kicks, stuff like that. But hey, this is an MMA fight. We'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, Izzy is more serious. He looks like, hey, like he wants to focus. Because like the pressure is more on Izzy. Izzy said that it's not on him, but the pressure is more on Izzy. Like, hey, this guy knocked you out. What are you going to do now when you're fighting him? He knocked you out before. What are you going to do now? So I think the more pressure is on Izzy. And I think Izzy's going to win. I think he's going to do what he's been doing. He's going to be cautious, but he's going to do enough to win the fight. Like, he's going to, and then, because unless if Alex Pereira, he, like, does something where he just catches Izzy, that's how I feel Alex can win. But I'm going for Izzy, and I think Izzy's going to win. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, anything can happen in these fights. I'm excited for them. But yeah, I think Israel Adesanya is going to win. But yeah, it's really interesting how he's been coming up. I mean, this fight has been coming up. It started with the gyno where Izzy's like titty, his like, it was like weirdly shaped for whatever reason. The only other time it happened was when he fought Paulo Costa. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I think Izzy can get it done. So yeah, that's my prediction, guys. I mean, Michael Chandler, Zhang Weili, and Israel Adesanya. I think those are my predictions for the fights. Let's talk about the next fights that are happening after that. Derek Lewis. Let me tell you guys my thing on fighters that should retire, or that, like, it's not that they should, because fighters, like I said, fighters fight for money, but it's more like fighters should retire whenever things aren't looking so good to them, because then it like tarnishes their legacy, and it's like, there is other ventures to fighting, because me personally, I wanted to be a fighter. Maybe it's a little bit too late for me, but like there's like other ventures where you can make good money and have good health, especially if you already been a fighter, like, or the doors are open for them, with like sponsorships, and ads. But there's always something good for them if they're good with their money. But I think Derek Lewis is another fighter that like is like, hey, like you should chill it out, because like your last two fights they didn't look good. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I want Derek Lewis to win H-Town, but yeah, we'll see what happens there with that fight. But guys, oh my god, guys, the World Cup's coming up. It's happening. It's on the 20th is the first game, which is from this video that I'm having. It's in like next Sunday, next Sunday on the 20th, just the 20th, November 20th. I'm excited, guys. Mexico and USA, they're both going there. I mean, I always like rooting more for, don't get me wrong, I'll root for both teams, but I mean, I'm Mexican and I'm American. Like, I'm a citizen in both countries, so I can technically root for both, And it's also like that with that culture, in America, where you were born here, but like your family is literally Mexican, So like also that it's like, hey, yeah, I was born in America, but like my roots are Mexican. Like, like more like if it's like American, it's like more first gen America, like. We're the first generation from our family to be born here, So, yeah, like, Mexican American, I'm going for both of them, and I want them both to win. Even though I do have my Mexico jerseys, because I didn't like the USA jerseys. I think it was Nike that did them. Horrible job, guys. Disgusting. Let me see the group stages real quick. Let me give you guys a little brief talk, because I think whenever make the next episode, we're gonna be like in between the World Cup. So I always want okay, I'm in here. So in the guys, dude, I don't know who's gonna win it. Usually I like making my predictions. Like, it's for sure like a prediction where like, okay, this team's gonna make it to the final and win it all. I like doing that when the round of 16 start. Because in the group stages, it's like their first matches where they're playing, because like, they did have the international matches, like all the what are they called? All the friendlies, but those matches, fights, those matches, it's like more like, it's like they're seeing who's gonna make it to the team and stuff like that. So whenever they have their final team, this is like, hey, this is our team and this is how we're gonna do in these 3 matches, and then from there it's like it just builds on, So I'll give you guys my prediction more with like the team that I think is gonna win it all, or like how the round of 16 is gonna go. But yeah, the qualifying matches are going to be good. Which one do I think is the group of death? Probably Group B with England, Iran, USA, and Wales. It's more with England, USA, and Wales, those 3 teams. But let me see one that has like 4 teams that's like, whoa, like this one's like anyone can win here, literally. And I think that one would be either Group H with Portugal, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. Any of those teams can win the group stage. And Group E, that one is one where anyone can really win, which is Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. Those guys, hey, if you guys see their how they always play, they usually get off the group stages. So they always put in the work. So Japan, Germany with their team, Spain too. All these guys are, these teams are more it's not usually, it's like they're almost different well, not almost completely, but like, it's like transitioning to like the teams where it's not like the teams that we saw like in 2014, 2018, so it's like anything can happen in these matches. And I really don't know. Like, I mean, I have my predictions, but I don't know. I mean, I'm rooting for I'm gonna root for my two teams, but that's about it. Other than that, I mean, I love the game. I love talking about soccer too. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's hope Mexico wins. But we'll see what happens with that. France, give you guys this prediction. Well, no, it's not. It's not. But yeah, I'll tell you guys. France, there is that World Cup curse, so just be out on the lookout for that. Let's see how they do, because their group is it's a fairly good team. Australia, Denmark, Tunisia. It's a fairly, especially like Australia and Denmark. They're gonna be guys that are over here making. They're gonna try doing their best all the time. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, guys. But I'm excited for the World Cup. But thank you guys. Sorry if my videos, I had said I was gonna post like every other week, but if anything, I'll post like once a month. Nah, I'm joking. I'll try to post for sure like twice a month. That's what I for sure want to do. And I'll tell you guys, I'll talk about more with like the fighting with my brother, having that fight that I want to showcase. We still need to figure out like how we, who's gonna be the judge. Because we can score fights differently. So we'll see stuff like that. But guys, thank you. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it this far. But remember, 100 subscribers, glove giveaway. All right, guys. See ya.